Zero oil pressure.
Confirm you still have the same indications of zero oil pressure?
Zero oil pressure. 4 engine faults. 013, 016, 080, 040.
Roger, continue to climb.
Booster 2 is off.
Go ahead.
What's your power set at now?
80% in the descent.
Copy that. Copy 50.
Say your power setting 2.
I'm maxed out at this power setting.
It's getting bumpy out here.
Okay, you're on fire.
Okay, you copy the mayday. Copy the mayday. We're about 3 miles south. Okay, I've got to shoot. I've got to shoot.
Understand choppers are in the air.
2 o'clock low.
2 o'clock.
Okay, spot searching. Clean.
It's a single today, just one.
It's 2,000, 50,000 before. Hold on. Stand by, converters here. Cali 1. Cali, about 3 o'clock. Slip behind maneuver.
See, get a little closer.
He's got the offensive bench here. Right down.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Appreciate you, everybody, tuning in. We do have TACT 25, 104th versus 36. About to be an awesome match today. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. Here we go. Let's get it started. Take a quick look at the lineup here. See what we've got on 36/101st, I believe. I'm butchering that name, and I really apologize. We'll see what lineup that we have here for them. Zoom in here. Hopefully everything's coming through. All right, looks like we've got Falcon, Wasp, Merlin, Oblivion, Pit, Iron, Varmo, and Duriel in the Lone Hornet. Stacked full of Vipers for 101st. Some pretty solid liveries there too. Man, that is... Woo. That's pretty cool right there. Not sure what that means, but it looks cool. If anybody cares to drop that in the chat as far as the meaning for that, would be greatly appreciated. Oh, interesting. We look like we've got a targeting pod here. All right. I think that'll be the first time we've seen that in the tournament thus far. I could be wrong on that one. Gordo, appreciate the follow. All right. Whoops. Let's get the music going here as well. All right. So that is going to be for blue side 31st, 36, excuse me, and 101st, 101st. For 104th, looks like we've got Maverick, Pyro, Capsu, Heavy, Missy, and Misi. Looks like they got a couple folks that they're going to be needing to spawn in. Capsu and the Hornet, they're Stooge. There we go. So looks like we've got a healthy mix here of Hornets and Vipers for the 104th. So we're seeing 3 Vipers, 3 Hornets. We'll see what the last 2 are for 104th. And if you're brand new to TACT, this is your first time watching the stream, first off, thanks for tuning in. TACT is basically going to be an 8v8 air combat tournament. Teams are limited to a maximum of 8 missiles total, 6 Fox 3, so radar guided missiles. And we use AIM 120 Charlies. You can use Bravos, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. For the Fox 2s, you can only use 9 mics as opposed to 9Xs. 9Xs are pretty much goated when it comes to close range engagements. I mean, you're just not going to flare them. I think they made them a little bit more susceptible to flaring than the last update or 2, but still, they're pretty well lethal up close. And so, taking a quick look here, this is going to be Missy. Hornet there looks like got, as we mentioned before, 2 9 mics, 6 120s, and a single tank there. So all good on their end. And we're gonna just go ahead and go around. We're gonna check loadouts, make sure everybody's on the up and up. Again, maximum of 6 radar guided missiles, 120 Charlies. For the Fox 2s, it can be 9 mics. So that's what we're checking for right now. Vipers can only carry 6 anyway, so it's pretty well easy for them. But let's see. Let's look all good here. Maximum fuel right here for Duriel, taking all the fuel. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, as it looks like 36 is making their way to the runway. Just about ready to go. Since they're going to be blue side this go around, we're going to fly with them. We're going to take off with them, rather. Varmo sporting that targeting pod. That seems to be the standard target, not the advanced targeting pod. So, cool there. And a quick look here. So 4 and 4 for 104. 4 Vipers and 4 Hornets. Quick look of their loadout. Seeing 9 mics, we can quickly tell based upon the large fins. The 9X has very small fins and thrust vectoring nozzle. So very quickly able to tell. We're just going to check the number of missiles, make sure that they don't have any Fox 1s as well. They can carry that. Maximum total of 8 missiles is what we're looking for. All right. So far looking all good for 104th. Seeing just the 6 missiles, which is good. All right. If I didn't say it, Gordo, appreciate the follow and appreciate you tuning in. Vipers looking all good, only seeing 6 missiles on them. I'm gonna zoom out here so we can get all of 36, wasting no time and ready to roll. Get a screenshot of them. We do photographic things here and cinematic things. So I'm gonna take some pictures while we're waiting for the teams to get ready. 36 already on the runway and ready to roll. 104th just now taxiing. No harm, no foul with that. So they do have a bit of time before we absolutely have to roll, so it's A-okay. And first members of 104th are taxiing. Again, loadouts are looking good. A lot of board beats. Yeah, true enough, true enough. Alright, looking all good for the Vipers. 6x120s. Again, they can't carry any more than that anyway. Oh, Somebody was rolling for 104th, and then they stopped. Let's see who we got here. It's gonna be Misi. Anybody else taxiing? Maybe letting somebody else go? Ah, there we go. Okay, letting one of their team members go. All right. That's pretty cool. They got their own board numbers, tail numbers for each of their aircraft. So you got 485, 496. Cool, cool. All right. And you gotta love the attention to detail. Huge shout out to the livery makers for these aircraft. It's not easy. If you haven't tried to make a livery in DCS, it is an absolute nightmare sometimes, depending upon the aircraft, because they don't just make it to like, hey, here's a left wing, there's a right wing. Yep. No, it's like left wing with part of the back half of the nose, the tail 2 inches away from the very tip of the right wing. It's like, what? Why? Yeah, it's a nightmare. So on top of that, again, just a level of detail for each and every single one of these, trying to get that snake pattern like that, for example. Not easy to do by any stretch. So huge shout out to the livery makers for each of the teams. Being able to make the boards dynamic like that, the numbers dynamic, also not an easy thing to do. Little things like that, that's just cool. Nice. Again, as we look at 36 and some of their liveries, kind of a unique stealth Hornet almost type of deal going on there. There's a name for it, I'm drawing a blank on it. Then we also have this ghost camo. It's kind of like the aggressor ghost camouflage for the Viper, the aggressors, 64th. Just slightly modified, doesn't have the blue in it. Same for that one there. Then you've got the other group that's got, I think that's going to be, I'm not sure which one's which. 36 as well as the 101st. So again, this is a composite group. We've got 2 squadrons here. So I think that's the reason why we see the difference in liveries. That's pretty cool though. Alright, looking at 104th, looks like the last of them are getting into place. Let's see what kind of formation they've got lined up here. Alright. Get a couple screenshots of them on the runway prior to takeoff. Oops, do some reshade things, mind me that. Alright. So looks like both teams are on the runway, I think. Thought I saw a couple folks drop some tanks. Yeah, right here. So they're going to have to rearm refuel, so they'll need a couple seconds to do that. Other than that, I think we are about good to go. Quick look around once again. 104th Vipers looking good to go. 104th Hornets are looking good. Cool. Alright, yep. And 104th just called ready. I think, see. Yeah, Noville's got it. I think he's gonna call the countdown. Again, we'll take off with 36. Raccoon, happy Sunday, man. How's it going to you? Some free camera here. I think No Wheels is going to call it, so we'll wait for them to do the countdown, and we will get this match underway. It's going to be best 2 out of 3. So the first team to reach 2 wins will take the victory for today. It's not going to be easy by any stretch. I definitely think we're going to see at least a merge or 2, maybe more. Fairly experienced teams, the 104th definitely being experienced. They've been around the comp scene for a little while now. Let's see. Okay, looks like I wasn't sure who I was going to do the countdown, but okay, quick countdown there by 36, and there we go. Here we go, round one. 36 versus 104th. We're going to ride with 36 as they are the blue side for this go around. That's pretty cool right there. We're going to take off with the Viper here in the back. And there they go. A couple of the Vipers, and I think we've got a Hornet and a Viper here in the back. Yep, we do for 104. So we're going to roll with them. Oh, looks like we do an individual takeoff, so we'll just roll with the Hornet then. And here we go. Last Viper for 36 and 101st. And we'll take a look at the F10 to see how both teams ingress, as that will have a huge factor on how strategies play out, first shots, and everything else there. Last Hornet for 36 and 101st is airborne. Let's go ahead and take a look at the F10. And it looks like 104th, looks like a couple of folks are just now rolling. Interesting. So 36 does have their entire squad airborne. 104th just now getting their squad airborne. That's going to be interesting how that's going to be a factor, if it ends up being a factor. Since we got a little bit of time, we'll go ahead and roll with some of the 104th guys here. The last two sets of their Viper, and then we'll take a look at the F10 for the ingress. We've got a little bit of time before the action starts here. Ooh, really interesting to see if this is going to be a factor. We're going to be 36 and 101st are definitely going to be in the bubble before them. Is that going to give them advances? They're going to push them towards the edge of the wall is the question. We know 104th is extremely disciplined. Rarely see them overcommit and find themselves out there in the open by themselves. But the question is, are they going to have enough space to defend if needed? And if they do, how are they going to defend? Is that going to potentially cause other issues? And there they go. The last two for 104th are airborne. Let's take a look at the formation we've got going on here. So from the base to bullseye, looks like 70 nautical miles. And a pretty good spread by both of the teams here. So we look like the initial group is opening up here in 104th. About 7 miles and increasing. Boop. 5 miles, excuse me, and increasing. It's like teams of two, except for the first guys that are opening up here, and a wall. An interesting somewhat wall here for 101st. Like we've got a group here somewhat to the north, Falcon here in the middle, backed up by Duriel and Pitt, and then Oblivion moving off to the south with the rightmost group here, southmost group. Looks like he's kind of covering them. So interesting, they've already punched their tanks, and they are ingressing right now. They're on heading towards Bulls, I believe. There you go. Duriel a little bit lower. Got plenty of fuel in that Hornet, so he doesn't really... I mean, it could push Burner if they wanted to. But again, he's got fuel for days, so he's not super concerned about it. Falcon already entering the bubble, followed very closely by Capsu. Capsu's got some righteous altitude. So does Falcon, though. 39,000, 40,000 now by Falcon, and 36. Burning all the way there. Again, wasting no time. Full burner. Capsu as well, 37,000. It's interesting to see a Hornet that high. Generally, it's the Vipers that live in that realm just because they've got that engine that can get them airborne. It's just a little bit more aerodynamic airframe. Less stable, so it gives it that maneuverability. There we go. Get a couple screenshots of the guys here on the ingress. Get our missiles turned on so we can see once they start getting the first shots here. So we are about 70 nautical miles. That's going to be from Falcon to Kapsu. First, 104th, and 36th there. Wasp actually overtaking him just a little bit. Falcon still, Angels 42, getting some righteous altitude. Getting rid of that center line, going with the 2-tank configuration. Wiley and the Hornet due north. Interesting that they have the Hornets out front. Normally you see the Vipers in the front just because it's higher and faster. You can go ahead and get that the kinematics that just make it such a deadly aircraft. But instead we're seeing the Hornets do it. Woo woo! Appreciate the gifts, subscription, Saw, much appreciated. And we are about to get action-packed here as we are 54 miles from contact there from the first 2 aircraft. And it's going to be intense. It seems like 104th might be biasing a bit to the north, which, looking at it, I think is actually pretty flat. Let's take a quick look over at Wiley and look at the terrain. So actually further north there is going to be mountainous, but that's towards the edge of the zone though. So they won't be going that much further. Let's go take a look at Maverick over here to the south. And a little bit of mountains, definitely not as mountainous as it is to the north. And there's the first shot from Kapsu. We are looking at about a 46-mile exchange. Looks like it might be on Falcon. Missile with ridiculous kinematics. 80,000 feet at about Mach 3. Holy smokes, it's like a little phoenix. Whew. Want no parts of that. And they're dropping altitude there rapidly. They get prepared to defend the Iron 46,000. Whew. So that one all the speed, Captain. So we're waiting for the initial shot. I think both of these are pretty well defended. They're already in the crank, so expecting these to kind of bleed out. Not super deadly, either of these shots. Unless this one is on Kapsu, which I don't think it is, question mark? No, because I'm pretty sure that's them right there. So yeah, definitely non-factor, wherever it was going. Same thing for this 120. And pretty well defended. Another shot out from Merlin. Falcon attempting to keep some altitude there. And now starting to drop some altitude. Probably feeling like that missile did not drop lock fast enough and didn't really see it move on the RWR. So just erring on the side of caution and doing a little bit harder defense. Another missile exchange up here due to the north. Interesting. Fallen and Pyro might be skirting to the north, potentially flanking. Nobody looking at them on the north side here from 3-6. Potential flanking opportunity from both Wiley Studge and Missy for that matter. Interesting. Really curious to see how this is going to pan out. Got a shot here from the north. Looks to be non-factor. It is 1,500 miles an hour and decelerating. Not going to be much of a factor here for, looks like, Pitt maybe. We're going to keep an eye on the group coming north. Interesting. Angels 59. Holy smokes. Wow. Wait a minute. Did we lose somebody? Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 5-3. Nope. And Fallen. Ridiculous kinematics on this shot. Almost Angels 50. 47-mile shot onto Duriel. Not going that fast. Won't kill him, but will certainly scare him pretty good. This missile's about out of energy on Heavy, who's going to go ahead and go cold and defend that. Maverick in hot. In south here, trading with Iron at Angels 3-8. Woo! Getting some righteous altitude on this shot. It is definitely tracking. It's got some speed, but I don't know if it's going to be too much of a factor. Maverick is already cranking, and it actually doesn't seem like it is tracking. Okay, it looks like 36 is now aware of the group to the north. They're pointing a couple of their raiders that way. Duriel still focusing on the south. We still got 3 guys down here from 104th to the south here. That missile pretty much dead. That was going for Maverick. Yeah, still got their tanks on. It's definitely going to be a conservative fight. Again, experienced team, so they know how to fight smartly. They're going to do some jousting from a distance for a little while. See if they can draw out some missiles. Which definitely seems to be happening. Fallen. 46,000. Man. If they are not careful, these missiles will be deadly. This one's got some pretty righteous heat on it still. It's like it's going for oblivion. But he will be able to defend that. Falcon making his way due north. Unfortunately, turning their back to Heavy and Capsule though. Missile out from Pit. Looks like it might be onto Heavy as we're about to get another merge due to the north. Oblivion going cold here. Wasp, potential issues here with this missile, but it's not even going for him, so never mind, not a factor. I don't know if they see Wasp actually. Wasp is getting pretty close, and actually Stooge and Falcon, potential merge coming up here. They're getting pretty close. It looks like Stooge might now see Falcon. He turned toward him, but it's turning cold. Might be from this missile here. So Falcon with the potential opportunity to push in and get a kill on Stooge if they can isolate fast enough before Missy and Pyro can back him up. Fight's kind of dissolved a little bit from the south. Not as much going on here. We're going to take a look to the north. And Falcon on the chase against Stooge has to be careful not to overcommit. Pyro coming in from the north here. Looks like throwing a missile at Iron. Not sure where that was going actually. It's kind of tracking this way. Interesting. Might be on Iron maybe. And it looks like Falcon might be overcommitting a little bit. He's getting boxed in by Missy and Pyro. Looking here to the south, a potential exchange coming from Merlin and Maverick. That's funny. Said, nope, I'm tired of being the Rio. I'm a pilot now. Take this 120. Ha! Quick little exchange there. Both of them going cold. No factor. We're taking a little bit to the north. Falcon, unable to notch. And Falcon, the first victim here, as Missy is able to get into the notch. Ouch. So 36/101st, taking the first loss. Falcon overcommitting just a bit and getting caught out by himself, the group to the north. All 7 are pretty well close here to 36 and 101st, with the northern group kind of closing the gap here. And this is going to be an interesting fight we've got. I think they're going to be able to finish. Looks like this is going to be on Wasps. See if this missile is actually tracking. It's got a pretty decent amount of energy. Can see if they're going to terrain this one. Oh, and it just gets over the terrain. And not quite so close. That was a close one. It's got a couple missiles out here still. I think they're pretty well defeated. Down to 700 knots on this one. That's going to be going after Heavy, so no factor there. Due to the north, we've got Varmo launching 2 missiles out here. One on Fallen and one looks like it might be on Stooge. If this is on Stooge, this could be a bit of a problem. He's not defending immediately. Seeing where is Stooge in relation to this. And close. I think he's going to be just getting away from this one. Yeah, run that one into the ground. So another quick, close exchange here by Pit and Maverick. 2 missiles out. Maverick going cold, electing to go for the kinematic defense. Same for Pit. Maverick running Pit's missile into the ground. The 120 for Pit is still tracking, but it's going to be out of energy fairly quick here, and I don't think that's going to be a hit. Yeah, it's tracking, but nope, it's going to be non-factor there. So due to the north, here. 2 on, oh my gosh, that's going to be a tough one there. 2 on roughly 5 we're looking at here. There's Missy coming in here as well. Potentially isolating Wasp. Wasp still pressing into the fray. Gotta come cold, man. This going to be a tough situation there very quickly. Wasp aggressively defending. 120 out from Pyro, and I think that's going to connect. Wasp on his way down for the defense, but no, not quite able to get there, and Wasp is down. Another one down on 36. 104, being methodical with it. Another missile approaching. That is not on Varmo. That's going to be, looks like on Duriel, so non-factor there. 104 being very methodical and just picking it where they can, trying to get those isolations. And another trade here, but that missile is not on Iron. It actually just died there. Looks like Capsu might be on to Varmo. Varmo was kind of tracing Maverick. Yep, and a missile off from Capsu. Varmo throwing a shot at Capsu. This goes cold now. And it looks like they are cold. Let's take a quick look to the north here as Stooge is pushing in on Iron. Iron about to catch a missile here. What? A little desync action potentially. Another missile inbound on him. Let's see if he can get rid of that one. Oh, it does. He does. He notches that one. Nicely done, Iron. Woo. Thriving and surviving. He said, not today. Nuh-uh. Missy pushing in onto Iron now. Missile out on Maverick. Looks like he's already in the defense on that one, so that's going to be non-factor. Quick look at what's going on here. Iron, another missile onto him from, looks like Missy. This might be catching him. That's a pretty high shot. And down he goes. There goes Iron. Good shot there from Missy. And look like Stooge taking another shot onto Duriel. This missile is tracking. Oh, is it on the remains? It is. Ouch. Missy taking out Iron, as we saw earlier, and it looks like Missy taking out another just in time to see that was Iron. That's who that was. It was Varmo. That's who that was. Varmo that we just saw go down there. Missy pushing in the merge now. Oh, within visual range. I'm not sure if somebody fired there. Missile out from Missy. It is. Oh, he actually got taken down. That was a heck of an exchange. Real quick, let's see what we got here. Oh, was that blue on blue? Hope not. I'm not sure if it was Merlin that was taken out there. I'm not sure who was taken out there, but 104th member did go down there. And so it is a 3-on-7. So just a one. Actually, I think it was Misia still that was just taken out there. So missile out on Pyro, already going cold. That missile non-factor. Fallen, does he see Pitts? Likely underneath. Pitts already cold, getting ready to evade, and definitely saw him. Fallen definitely saw him. Missile out from Fallen right onto Pitt. That's raining top down. That is definitely going to be a kill there. And there he is. It is now down to 2. Merlin and Duriel holding it on. Holding it down. 436. Missile out from Duriel onto Wiley. Fallen up high. Does he see Duriel underneath? And no, he does not. Oops, excuse me. Directly underneath him. Merlin into the fray. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 2 actually. Caps 2 and Stooge looking at him. Fallen does see Duriel as he turns in on him. He's got a visual likely on him. Fox 3 out, and that missile is tracking. Oh, he's trying to energy that when he's turning it into it. Oh, and down he goes. And Merlin at the same time. Heavy taking out Merlin with 104th. Getting the first win. With looks like 7 aircraft surviving. Whew. Always guaranteed to be lots of action. Insane. 104th pulling out the win for the first round. Looks like 7 aircraft remaining. Able to just kind of pick them off as a couple overcommits, absolutely punishing 36 for those overcommits. They had one person due north and immediately 104th pounced on them, and the same thing again for another person, quickly making that a 8-on-6. Math. Only suffering 1 loss of their own and continuing to do just that, basically encircling all of 36 as they form up to RTB to their opponent's airfield. Go ahead and take a look at them, see if they do any 104th. You can pretty much bet they're going to do some formation flights, so we'll make sure to catch those as they RTB. Great job to 104th pulling out the win on the first round. It ain't over yet. It is not over by any stretch. We have seen teams battle back. Shake off the first round and get ready for the next one. So we'll do a munitions check. So Stooge, Winchester, Capsu with 2 120s and the 9 still. That's the dangerous thing about the Hornet. It still has those 9 mics even after it gets rid of those 6 120s. Yeah, it's dangerous. It doesn't have the kinematics. It's not as fast and as maneuverable and everything. But still, you got to respect it. Especially when you get close into merge like that. And the BFM standpoint, even with the pylons on it, it's not as deadly. But you still got to respect it, especially as it starts to get low on fuel. So Pyro with 1 120 as well. Maverick with 3. Man, he's got missile for days comparatively. Heavy 2 9 mics and 2 120s, so really good missile economy, but 104th as well. Fallen, we saw taking some shots from up high, so completely understandable there. And it looks like there might be, let's see. Okay, yep, forming up. We've got Capsu and Heavy. There you go, kind of a bit of a loose formation there. Go get some screenshots of them on the RTB. Take a look, see if anybody else is formed up here. It's like Pyro might be forming up on Maverick. Scoot around here. Oh, I thought I saw their fueling door open. Boar's coming out. Let's see, where's he at? There we go. Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, you absolutely cannot underestimate 104th. Got a little bit too aggressive in the north side, and unfortunately that first hit, that really did a bit of damage to the team because they had to do some reshuffling. So, yeah, two right vehicle, absolutely. It's that discipline, that's what makes them a little bit more dangerous, a lot more dangerous, because you notice they did not overcommit, and they completely capitalized where they baited out a couple of the members from 36 due north, and they got those 2 kills and slowly just absolutely enveloped them from that point on, because it was an 8-on-5 roughly after those first 2-3 kills. So 8-on-6 and a 5. So it looks like Wiley accelerating to catch up to the others there. They make their way in. See if we get some screenshots of them on the RTB here. Something like that. I'll turn off the reshade for a bit. All right. Stooge and Wiley pushing it up there. I think this was Maverick and Fallen or Stooge? Maverick and Pyro. With Wiley closing in from the 6 there. Oop. Can't catch him. Nope, didn't get him. There we go. There they go. Trying to get the 3 of them as they form up here. I think they might be doing an overhead break. There we go. Whoops. Turned off the track IR there. There we go. All right. Got the 2 Hornets here, information. Looks like we've got a 3 ship to lead the group as the RTB. Looks like they are just about at the airfield. That's it right there. So likely going to do an overhead break. If they do, we'll jet to the airfield and trying to catch that as they do the overhead break. Yep, looks like leveling out nice and low. Yep, they are going to do an overhead break, so we're going to zip ahead. Get to the airfield here and watch them as they roll in on a low altitude ingress there. You can see them from a distance. And look at that, looking pretty solid as they roll in there with the overhead break. Pitch off roll break, nice. Very nice. All the flares there, panic dump on that one. Sweet. Like watching an air show. Ooh, cool. All right. That's the initial group's break there. It's like falling off to the side there for the second group. There he goes, since I get back information with them. And that just leaves Stooge to the back there. Yep. And Maverick, looks like he's getting into the pattern, coming in on final there from base to final. All right, gear down there. Now it's Pyro with him. I cannot remember who's in the capsule, maybe? Was in a Hornet? I'm not even sure. Go lining up, checking to see if we can see that other group. There's the other group right there. There they go. And securing the first round win. Maverick here about to touch down. Nice and easy. Whoop. And there it is. Come to a complete stop, and that is it. As the second group flies in there, getting ready to do their overhead brake. It's like a minimum radius brake there. And that Stooge right there behind him as well. All right. So good job. 104th formally claiming their first round victory. As we watch the rest of the team, they've got 5 minutes to go ahead and get the rest of the aircraft landed, which won't be a problem for them. It's like a bit of an extended break here by the second group. Maverick, Pyro, and Wiley touchdown, securing the win. Capsu, Heavy, and Fallen, and Stooge in the pattern. Get a couple shots here of them as they make their way back. All right. This time we'll move up a little bit closer on the airfield here. Catch them right as they land. So 1, 2, there it is, fourth. I was going to say, I thought it was 4. Yeah, there is 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So last 4 on the RTB. We've already got the others have already taxied in. Yep, there they go. Touchdown by the first of 4, I think. Yep, there they go. Oh, there's another one there. Somebody else there. There we go. I thought there was one more, maybe in the distance there. I'm not sure. I mean, that's it. I think it's hard. All right. And I think that is it. Yep, that was Stooge there, touching down. We've got the first 3 already in line there. Heavy and Fallen. And Stooge bringing it up there. Aircraft have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to land. 2-minute drill. Which they've already landed, so non-factor there. Oh, okay. Oh, they're actually restarting the server here fairly quick. All right. Yep. Stooge just go ahead and park in there off to the side and restarting the server right now. Absolutely butter. That's it. That was it. All right, we'll go ahead and flip sides here. So 104th will now be blue. Let me change the score to reflect it accordingly. Da-da. There we go. All right, updating the score. All right. So we're gonna flip sides here. Oops. Get back to there. So 104th will be taken off this time from Cabaletti. And 36 is going to be taken off this time from Vaziani. One of the growling sidewinder takeoffs, essentially. As the rest of the team starts to slot back in. Again, it's a new match. Shake it off. Let's get ready. Come on. Bassini, seriously, any given Sunday. All right. First one down, that's another one. Time to get back at it and focus. They learned some lessons after that first round. Now it's on them to see if they can make some edits and capitalize and see what they did right, what they did wrong, and go from there. Yeah, definitely. Do definitely appreciate the instant resets, no doubt. Icon, appreciate the follow. And thanks for joining the stream for today. So here we go, round 2, 104th, taking the round with 7 aircraft surviving. One of the key issues from 36 that kind of soured their downfall, unfortunately, was overcommit. One overcommit was basically the domino effect that was followed by a second overcommit. And then from there, 104th just enveloped the entire squad and slowly picked them off one by one. So now that they know that, they know what they've got to change for this go around. Let's see if they can make those edits and pick up the win on this second round, pushing us to a third round. The all-elusive third round. We've only seen a few of them. I think I've only seen, I know I've been a part of one, two, I guess, maybe 2 or 3. We'll see if they can make those changes and come back swinging. All right, let me switch preset here real quick. Messing up just a bit. Mind all the shenanigans here. Let's go this one. Boop. There we go. A little bit better, I think. Question mark. If not, I'm gonna go back to the previous one, or I'll just turn it off entirely, like that. Yeah, I'll just turn it off entirely. All right. So it looks like the 4 Hornets for 104th is slotted in, and the 4 Vipers are, so everybody's back in. And it looks like everybody's back in on 36 as well. Again, we're gonna do some munition checks, make sure we're on the up and up. So you can only have 6 radar-guided missiles total. 8 missiles total overall. 6 radar-guided missiles. And we have 9 mics. That is all rear authorized, not 9 X's. So very easy to tell very quickly. Smaller fins, thrust vectoring nozzle. The Viper can only carry 6 missiles, so it's pretty easy. They can take the AIM-120 Bravos, but that would just handicap them. The only real advantage for the AIM-120 Bravos is they maneuver a little bit better because of the bigger fin, but they also bleed off a lot more energy. So 120 Charlie is the preferred missile. Viper can only carry 6 missiles, so don't have to worry about them carrying too many. It's more so the Hornets. So far, everybody's looking good. 120 Bravos are characterized by the bigger fins. They actually have a little bit more of a point to them, whereas the 120 Charlies have a bit more of a cropped edge. So we'll start looking at 104's Hornets. Seeing the 9 mics, 6 missiles. Vipers all good. Main thing we're looking for the Vipers, just make sure we don't see any 9Xs. Every now and then you'll see somebody taking a 9M on the Viper, just in case they get closer to merge, but I think the general preference is to have 6 120s. Yep, my bad on that. So yeah, let's went and turn off the reset. This is just a regular game here. So right now we're looking again, seeing it's like 9 mics and 6 120s, all good there. Dozer, appreciate the follow. How's it going, man? Let's see. All looking good there. And as long as somebody's, there we go. First Viper for 36 is spooling up. Might have to use, I've got a bunch of them. I think that'll be fairly decent-ish, but rather than do that now during the stream, next time I'll just go with the previous ones. I've got a couple that I use specifically for, but definitely appreciate it though. Like, how's it going? So it looks like 36 is taxiing, 104th. They're just about armed up and ready to roll. I think we checked everybody here, so we're all good. Yep, Hornet's good for 36. Not wrong, Sahi, not wrong. Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't know. No, my monitor and everything else is way wonky apparently. It's not intentionally. I've just learned this from streaming. Based on what I see here from what's seen on the stream, I'm like, oh man, that's really terrible. That's really bad. So, yeah, I always try to get feedback, so I do appreciate the feedback. Do so much shenanigans with it is like, okay, is this normal? Is that normal? You know, drop down the gamma just a bit as well. Whoops. Did not do that. There, I meant options. That's what we're trying to do. Derp. Drop it just a smidge. Hopefully that should help a little bit. Jordan, how's it going, man? Definitely a long time no see. How you been? All right. 36, taking the runway. Ready to shake off round 1 and dig into round 2. To get the win, push it to round 3. So we had a Viper dropping their fuel tanks there, gonna rearm and refuel. It looks like, yeah, 104th is just now taxiing, so good call there. They want to get maximum fuel, they don't want to burn too much. They'll go ahead and rearm and refuel. Oh yeah, no worries, man, glad to do it. You guys let me know volume-wise too, I keep forgetting to ask that. Last 2 Vipers, 104th. Rest of the team's taking the active there. There they go. Again, another quick look around, making sure we are all good on the missiles here, which we are. Cool, cool. 9 mics. 20 Charlies, 9 mics. Boom, boom. All right. Graphics looking good. Awesome. Appreciate it. And looks like all the Vipers here are going to make their way to the rear of the formation for 104th. Hornets up front. Again, a little non-standard, but it works. It works. Join the German Army. What? Yo, that is awesomeness. That's what's up, man. Congrats. I have to pick your brain about like how's boot camp and everything else. I know it's a lot different from Air Force one here. I mean, Air Force ain't about nothing comparatively. When it comes to boot camps, I'm gonna go ahead and call it Air Force boot camp. It's still boot camp, don't get me wrong, but yeah. And I can't really claim boot camp per se. Field training was, yeah, field training was. We got the last of the Vipers taxiing in for 104th. Volumes are good. Awesome. Appreciate that, Recklin. Try and get some screenshots here as they taxi into place, excuse me, words. So Thunderbirds action as they cross there. Hornets are ready to roll. Take a look at 101st/36. So they are all ready to go. Looks like everybody's armed up. I'm seeing all fuel tanks. So looks like 36 is ready. And it looks like 104th is in place and they are ready to roll as well. Try to get shots of both of the team before they get airborne. All right. See if they want to do the countdown. This go round. Bright. So bright. That's pretty cool. I just noticed the flag there. That's pretty cool. Sweet. Okay. Get him a... Oh, man. Oh, looks like... Uh-oh. We may have had somebody make a departure, unfortunately. Alright. Well, so we got a little bit of a delay on the takeoff there. They got to check on somebody, make sure they're all good. We've been AFK for a little bit. Very non-standard during a match, so you know generally something like that happens. You know, just hope everything's okay ultimately. So fingers crossed, whatever it is gets resolved and they can go from there. May 85. EOD, yo. That's a heck of a career field right there. EOD, mad respect to you. You know, talk about something that's high octane just because, I mean, you just deal with explosives, small potatoes, nothing big, you know. Things that are literally designed to do mass destruction, and you just work on that for a living. But seriously though, mad respect to you, man. And congrats on making E5 righteous. Looks like they need to boot him. Let's see if something I can do on my end here. Let's... I don't think I can. I think once I switch, it'll tell me no, and I don't think there's a game. Nope, there isn't. They said Maverick. I don't see it. Must have left already. Let me check. Nope. Yeah, he just left out. Never mind. Alright, so we're all good there. Looks like they were able to again. Hopefully everything's all good. Go ahead and do the countdown here. 3, 2, 1, and go! And here we go for round 2. Actually, I think I'm in the wrong slot on this one. Derp. Don't mind me. Let's go back here. There. Alright. So here we go. We'll take a look. This time we're going to take off with 104th. Let's see our blue side. And the first of their 2 Hornets are airborne. That's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that, Jordan. That way, it gets bright and warm, and then it's like, yeah, we're all good. That's a really good way to put it. All right, looks like the first aircraft from 104th are airborne. Let's go take a look. Jump over this side here. Caps 2 leading the charge. Misi Heavy, Fallen, Pyro, Nuts, and West for 104th. We'll hang with the rack here. That's going to be West we'll hang with. Got a pretty good spread between the lead two from 104th. Of course, the hope is that you don't make any mistakes, right? You know. All right. So group of two. Waiter. I'm gonna say waiter socks. Is that what it is? Water socks. Waiter socks. I appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. I apologize for butchering your name. All right. As we've got 3 104th members left to get airborne here. We'll go ahead and take off with them, do a running takeoff if you will. Apologize for all the movement I'm doing here. Let me slow it down just a smidge. I'm gonna reduce the speed. All right, the last 2 Vipers for 104th. We saw them do this last time. It actually worked out very well. They were able to get a whole group due north rather. That was pretty much unseen until they were almost encircling 36. And so we're going to see if they're going to try to do that again this time. And here we go. Last 2 aircraft in 104th rolling now. And from here, we'll jump into F10 and see what 36 is doing as well. That's right. Ain't over till it's over, goddamn. 36 looking to battle back when the second round pushes to a 3rd round. The last 2 aircraft for 104 are airborne. All right. So we've got Wiley and Capsu. Interesting. So a little bit of a change up this time. Last time we saw 36 pretty much in the bubble by this time. It looks like they've done a little bit more of a delayed takeoff as well, along with 104th. A little bit 104th has a more of a spread, it looks like, between their group. It's like about 13 miles, with 104th entering the bubble first this time. Last time 36 entered the bubble first. We're going to see if that's going to be a factor. And 104 did have a bit more of a spread in their formation, as we saw. They were able to go to the north, kind of skirt the edge, and that's what ultimately enabled them to encapsulate 36. So we're going to see if they're going to change their strategy to account for that. Additionally, 36 has got to be careful about those overcommits. That is literally what did them in the first round. I feel confident that if they were to maintain that discipline, this fight would have been a lot closer, because it was the first 2 that were picked off because they were overcommitted. 104th capitalized on that, and from that point on, it was pretty much downhill. So they really have to be patient, watch their situational awareness, be aware of their surroundings, don't overcommit, because as somebody that does it, yeah, I can attest to that. You get fangs out, and you just get hungry for the kills. Like, oh, this person's close. They're not leaving looking at me. Let's go. And then surprised they got a wingman back there, and next thing you know, crap, I'm surrounded. I need help. Tell your team, I need help. Yeah, I can't get to you because you're out there by yourself and nowhere is filled. So it is absolutely imperative that they keep the discipline and don't overpush. So it looks like we do have another separation of 2 groups. We've got 3 to the south and 5 to the north here. And it looks like almost like a staggered wall with 36. 2 in the middle, 1 in the back. Looks like Hornet might be doing some AWACS things for the team. Again, holy smokes, Casu, Angels 44 in the Hornet. What? Things that you just don't see often, folks. High flying Hornet. Again, I was telling you, the kinematics of the Hornet compared to a Viper. The Viper is a lot faster, a lot more unstable. But don't ever discount the Hornet. Hornet will just do crazy stuff sometimes. And of course, depending on how you're flying it, yeah. You just don't see that very often, though. Angels 46. Yeah, that 120 is going to be absolutely deadly if they're not careful. It looks like the team's already cranking. We've got 1 going south, And it looks like the majority going to the north here. So this is going to be interesting. Capsu, first missile off the rail. Little mini Phoenix is what that's going to be. Yeah, let's see how high this missile gets, just out of curiosity. It's at 60,000. Yeah, I can't even see it. 76,000. Where's this thing Apex at? Missile out from Varmo. And it looks like Apex right about 80,000. Yep, it's on its way down now. So, jeez. Varmo going cold right after that initial shot, dropping some altitude. Looks like that first missile might be on iron. It's holding its speed. It's about Mach 2.5, roughly 2.3, maybe 1,500. Mathing that correctly, 2.2, maybe 2.3. It is holding that speed. That's what that altitude will do for you, getting high and fast. Better kinematics on the initial launch. Varmo going cold, looks like to rejoin the team here. Pitt, Duriel coming for the support, but Pitt going to the north. So it almost looks like we might have a 2-on-3 potentially. Heavies heading to the north as well. Capsule and West heading south. Duriel is going to be there to support Varmo. As we see the initial exchanges here to the north. This missile, 1,500 knots, 77,000. It's going to be a factor. Both of them are pretty low. Wasp, I think, is who that missile might be going for. And he's definitely going to be cold, so he's going to be able to defeat that missile. Falcon, kind of pushing in toward the middle here. Don't think anybody really sees him. He's got a potential opportunity. Pitt also there with the support. Varmo heading back to Duriel. Interesting how this is developing right now. All due to the, wow. Due north is where this, wait, that missile is still tracking pretty righteously. Holy smokes. Hold up. Wait a minute. This missile said, no, sir. Oh, it's chasing him. There it is. Oh, it's chasing. Holy smokes. It's gonna hit. No. Jeez. It don't get much closer than that. Oh my goodness. Wow, that missile did not want to lose energy. Nope. Again, that is why those high missiles are absolutely deadly. Wow, we almost saw an initial snipe there. But it just ran out of energy. Oblivion with a great crank to bleed off some of that speed, because that would have been a bad day for him if he would have kept going straight. Falcon pressing in toward the middle. Potentially dangerous situation again. Heavy's pressing in. Might be looking at Capsule. Do they see Heavy is the question. Heavy is definitely on an intercept course. Almost 90 degrees also. I'm not sure if he's going to see him. About 30 degrees is normally 60. Maybe if they're doing a 60 degrees scan here. Probably tracking Capsule. Not sure if they see Heavy. I'm put cash money Heavy definitely sees Falcon here. So we're going to see how this turns out. Missile out from Falcon. Let's take a quick look to the north. Taking it nice, and wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, we're good. Okay, I thought we saw somebody go down there. I think it was just a missile. So a little exchange here. Capsule Heavy did not see Falcon and is going cold. Falcon got to be careful here. Make sure do not get isolated. 2, 8. So we're still 8 on 8. There we go. Looks like 36 is playing a little bit more cautious this time. Missile out, chasing Falcon. I think this one's going to be pretty well defeated. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Got far away from the missile. Yeah, that missile is defeated. Climbing up and over that one. Yeah, those Hail Marys, man. If you get high and fast, oh yeah, they can definitely be deadly. No doubt about it. This missile's got some heat coming up for Varmo. Oh man. Varmo on a, did he vertically notch that one? Wow. Impressive. Most impressive. Nicely done. Either that or it's going Wasps. Yeah, that missile was vertically notched. Impressive. Falcon taking a couple shots there. Pushed in a little far. Got about 9 miles from Misi. They're definitely going to be able to outrun that missile. No doubt about it. Looks like the group is tracking the southern group here. Heavy, Capsu, and looks like West due south here. West taking a shot. Angels 35. Pretty good shot there. Based upon how that's traveling, had some righteous loft on it. Missy with the shot on Falcon. I think it's just going to outrun. Now it's this close. but definitely outrunning it and got a little bit of a crank to it. So yeah, definitely going to outrun that missile. Falcon trying to press into the lines here. A little dangerous on this one. Nuts does see him, and this is going to be problematic for Falcon. Got to get out of there, man. It's going to be real bad real quick. That is all bad unless Merlin can recommit ASAP. Falcon encapsulated. This is going to be a bad day real quick. Missile out from Misi, and it's tracking. It's got some speed. Doing everything it can to defend. I don't think it gets away from this. Oh my! Oh, I was about to say. And unfortunately, Falcon going down. The first hit, first kill coming from 104th. Again, a bit of an overcommit there. And ouch, 36 paying for it. So now it is a 7-on-8. It is not over yet by any stretch. Looks like the rest of 36 is playing very defensive. Gotta be careful here. Pitt pretty close to the line there. Misi and Nuts right there off to the left, but does have support from Wasp and Iron. Due south, Duriel is kind of heading back towards the main squad. He's got to call out heavy, make sure that they know they're there. He's going to need some support because otherwise those three are going to be very problematic for the team. 3v1 sort of to the north. Missile out on Merlin from likely Wiley. Another exchange there from, I believe, Pyro and Varmo. Both of those missiles are going to be defeated. Let's turn it back in on this missile. I'm pretty sure that's on Pyro. Yeah, it went right by Fallen. And it is on Pyro. That's going to be out of energy fairly quick. So Oblivion's turning back south, looking at that group. Heavy down low. Don't know if they see Heavy. Some really righteous exchanges here. Pit and Pyro. Let's see how close they are. 6 miles. It's about to get all kinds of hot. Quick missile out from Pyro. That missile's... Pit's got to notch this one. Notch or die, bruh. Or you got to terrain it. That's going to be real tough to do, though. Oh, he does. He's got altitude to play with, and he does. Terrains that missile. So good job there by Pitt on terraining that missile. Getting pretty close. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to get away from this one, though. And another 36 member goes down there. Missy picking up the kill. And it is a 6-on-8. Again, 104th being methodical with it. Iron falling on that one. Getting taken down, that is, by Misi on that last exchange. So it is now a 6v8. 104 still has all members airborne. Duriel, Misi. Roughly 8 nautical miles. Let's see how this exchange goes down. Hornets here. Hornet fight. Always interesting to see. Missiles out. Duriel going cold. Duriel with some altitude to play with. Likely is going to terrain this missile. Missy has to notch this one as this was shot from top down, and looks like they do with no problem. Sails right overhead. No problem there. And so Missy's going to recommit rapid. Missile out from Heavy onto either Duriel or Varmo, either of which is going to be extremely problematic. Varmo really high up. Whoops, as we look at the wrong missile. Right, bro. Not sure what that missile's going for. Merlin disconnect. Ah, shoot, we missed another one. So it looks like Merlin was taken down here. I think it was over here in this area. See who actually took him down. Fallen did. So actually due north here. So now that is 5-on-8. Again. Wait, Luce, 104th member may have been taken down too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we did. So it looks like there may have been a trade there. So it is 5v7 in favor of 104th. West taking a shot here, not quietly entiring it. Double, how we doing, man? Not quite encapsulating the whole team. Looks like they're going cold there. West is out cold. Pitt's going to be in looking at Varmo. Hopefully they realize that's a team member elsewhere. We've got Duriel and Wasp due north, facing all 5 of them to the north. 101st, that is. 104, excuse me. Pitt taking a shot on Capsu. Bit of an off-board side shot there. It is definitely tracking. He's already out cold, so that missile's going to be defeated. But is this one going to track? Looks like it might be terrain. Yep, definitely terrain there, so no factor for that missile against Pitt. However, West does get a shot onto Pitt. And this one's got a pretty good chance He's going to be able to avoid this. I don't think he is. No, and there he goes. West taking out Pitt. Has to notch that missile, which it looks like he is. It's trying to track, but bleeding off a lot of energy, so that one's going to be non-factor. It is now 4v7. Never say die. Never give up, never surrender. Go out swinging. 2 missiles out from Oblivion. 1 on Wiley, 1 on Nuts. Nuts already out cold. This missile's got a pretty good chance chasing Wiley here. And it looks like it might be terrained, actually. Yep, that's going to be terrained. So no factor there. And we just saw somebody else go down there. That was Varmo taken out. So that's going to be 3v7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3v7 in favor of 104. 104, excuse me. 36. Got to rally themselves here. Take a quick look at missile economy. They are down to 1 missile. That's going to be Wasp. Duriel. Got a missile as well. 1 Fox 3, 2 Fox 2s. 1 missile left as well for Oblivion. Missile out. I think that's the last missile from Wasps. It is. They are now down to guns. Fallen taking a shot here. Also out of missiles. Might be seeing a merge here. Misi, let's take a look at what you got. You got 2 Fox 2s. We might be seeing a couple merges here. Not over by a long shot. Missile out. Looks like from West onto Oblivion. Gonna be non-factor. He starts going cold. So Duriel pushing in between. Now let's see if you see him just over the top of the tree line. Oh, it turns in on him. Gets underneath the tree line. Non-factor there. So he's going to see him. He's going to keep tracking him. Flares out. And we got a somewhat of a merge. Let's get back out here this way. Duriel getting chased now. Missile out from... Oh, I sure it does. From maybe Nuts. And it just misses. Holy smokes. Half of the team is on Duriel. Oblivion. Wasp, recommit if you can. Oh, no. Missile out from Pyro onto Duriel. And it looks like the team is not chasing. Two of the 104th members have stopped chasing Duriel. Missile out from Wiley. That's going to be a pretty close shot. I don't think he's going to be able to notch that one. Let's take a look. Heading cold. Afraid not on this one. And down they go. And then there were 2. Oblivion. Wasp. Trying to see what they can do. Put something together here. Still 1 missile left on Oblivion. Wasps down to guns only. Guns out, funds out. Pyro still has 120 left. 120. Looks like Fallen's rolling in. Fallen is out of missiles as well. Capsu. Fox 2's only. Here we go. It's about to get spicy. Fox 2 out. Got a flare. It does not flare and takes that one. Oblivion down by Capsu. Fallen about to merge. Nope, 120 out from Pyro. Does Wasp match it? No, they do not, and that is all she wrote. 104th. Picking up the second win against 36. Woo! They did learn from their first round. Unfortunately, they still had 1 member that just overcommitted. That 1 member. But they were a lot more defensive. They were able to rally back. Unfortunately, not able to get the win today. 104th. Being very defensive. Being very conservative. And ultimately wearing down 36, slowly picking them off. Good deconflicts that they were getting into the merge. They had multiple aircraft in the same area, able to deconflict. You got no friendly fires there. Able to pick up the win there against 36. So we'll ride with them on their way back as they RTB. Looks like that's going to be Fallen. Looks like the Fallen is going to be the lead on this one. Everybody starts to rejoin on them. It was a pretty lengthy fight, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be fuel won't be a factor for the Viper at this state. Even if they're down to 1,000, I don't think they'd be able to make it back from here. It's 38 nautical miles roughly for Fallen. Wiley being 46 nautical miles, so no issues there whatsoever. Yeah, definitely solid job there by both teams. 104th just able to execute a little bit better. A little bit more discipline on the missile economy. Those 120s at the very end, absolutely clutch. They had the potential to have some merge and said, nope, nah, I just have a 120 instead. No merging. We also saw an AIM-9 kill as well. I believe that was from Capsu. Yep, like both of them. See them forming up here. Go up top there, kind of seeing everybody else. Yep, still got some burner going on. I think they have. I can't remember if they have 3 bags or not. We got 2 members formed up here. This will be Fallen the Nuts. Pyro probably making their way in there as well. Capsule look like just going for the straight in, maybe. Not sure if they're going to be trying to rejoin or not. Doesn't look like it. They are heading due north though. Wiley and Misi and the Hornets gonna form. Actually, nope, right on top there of each other. Yeah, just burning all the way on in there. See if Pyro's gonna rejoin the group here as well. And there they go. The Viper and the Hornet there. A little bit of rudder waggle to bleed off some of the speed there to try to get into formation. See how far are they from Vaziani. Looks like we got a couple 2 ships there. As Pyro makes their way into the formation as well, followed by Misi and Wiley bringing up the rear, West in the middle. She's going to be able to rejoin before they get. Not sure if they'll be able to make it in there to the formation before they get to the base. We'll see. But they're flying the radial, so we'll probably start making a turn here soon. Line up for the runway. Like to see another overhead break. Boop. There we go. Pretty solid formation there. Pretty cool. Kind of outline our brush formation. Just gonna have some shots on the way back. There we go. Oop, see that? There we go. Kind of see who all's in the middle of the group here. There we go. Oh, somebody dropped out of formation there. Maybe they're getting lined up for the formation. Let's see here. Getting lined up for the runway, maybe. Oop, there we go. I'm gonna butcher your name as well, and I apologize. Baloop. Baloop, boop. Appreciate the follow. Sorry if I butchered your name, really am. But definitely appreciate the follow, though. Alright. Let's go ahead and jump to the airfield. Watch them do the overhead brake. Yoink. Should be about here-ish. There we go. Somebody pitched up and out that way there. It's like a finger 4 formation, sort of. Maybe it was finger 5 there. Maybe they rolled out. So it would have been finger 5. 5? No, that's the thing here. 5 finger? Finger 5? I don't know. There we go. I am definitely going to butcher your name. Mum. Can I go with Mum? Saiku? Appreciate the follow as well. Thank you. As 104th does the overhead brake here. Getting ready to have their team land and secure this win for the second round. Excellent fight against 36. 36 learning from their first round. A little bit more discipline in that one. Really went tooth to nail in that last fight, but unfortunately having one of their members get caught out again, and became a numbers game from there. 104th doing an excellent job of drawing out missiles. Still having the 120 at the very end that avoided the merge. You try not to get to the merge if you don't have to. And having the 120 definitely avoided that. And so, great job to 104th on the missile economy and to 36 on just an all-around good fight. Watch the team make their way back here. You know, it was Fallen that was in the lead there. We'll catch him as they land in. I think there's a second runway, or not? I don't think so. There we go. Oh, yeah, we get in line there. They're a little bit wide. We corrected that. And to secure the win for the second round, nice little flare there. Boop. And it's touchdown. Holding the aero brake there all the way down the runway. And boop, gentle touchdown there. Righteous. Good job. 104th with the landing. Solid landing as always. Heck of a fight. And that will take the win for 104th officially. Take a look at the rest of the team as they make their way in. Whoops. We got rid of my account. There we go. Got rid of my free cam slot. Quit button mashing, bro. Quit button mashing. Rest of the team has 5 minutes. 5 minutes to make their landing, which, again, they're already stacked up in the pattern, so no factor there. There we go. Alright, let's take a quick look here. We'll zoom out and see who all's here. Stick me! Appreciate the follow in. How's it going? And it looks like we've just got Missy and Wiley left. That was Missy, and now Wiley. Got to got to. They're gonna catch the barrier wire. Skirt. Go around. They could do a barrier test, you know. I'm sure the folks there would definitely appreciate it. No problem, Skitsy. I appreciate you tuning in, yeah. Barrier certs. Those are the Air Force emergency barriers, if you will. All right. Let's go ahead and make the update, and boom. That is 2. Oh, all right. So never mind. We restarted that very quickly. Well, shucks. Okay, that is going to do it for this stream then. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Try to do this again sometime soon. Just realized I double booked myself for next week because we're actually going to be flying next week. So yeah, not going to be able to do that. But again, great matches. 104th, 36, heck of a fight. 104th, just a little bit more discipline there. Able to encircle 36 at one point and just kind of slowly pick them off to get the win both times. Very disciplined by both teams. The second fight coming down really to the wire, really down to just the last couple missiles. One missile, I believe, left, 120 left. That actually ended up clinching the win for 104th in the second round. Having 7 aircraft survive on both rounds there. So again, great fights to 36 and 104th. 104th taking the win for today. That's going to do it for this stream. Big thanks to everybody tuning in. We'll try to do this again very soon. After that out, you all take care and have a great rest of your weekend and great week ahead.
Zero oil pressure.
Confirm you still have the same indications of 0 oil pressure?
Zero oil pressure. 4 engine faults. 013016 080040.
Roger, continue to climb.
Go ahead.
What's your power set at now?
80% in the descent.
Copy that. Copy 50. Say your power setting 2.
I'm maxed out at this power setting.
It's getting bumpy out here.
Okay, you're on fire. Okay, you copy the ready. Copy the mayday. We're about 3 miles south. Okay, I've got to shoot. I've got to shoot. Understand choppers are in the air. 2 o'clock low.
2 o'clock.
Okay, spot searching. Clean. There's a single today, just one.
It's 2,000, 50,000 before. Hold on, ring 5. We've got the advantage.